Good morning, y'all. Good morning. I'm fixing to take my morning meds. Y'all make sure y'all take y'all's. This is your med check reminder from Charlie Sending Love. Med check reminder now. Y'all make sure y'all take y'all's morning medications. Good morning, good morning, good morning. For those who've already been up for a minute, good morning those in the clouds going to work or coming home from work. Good morning to y'all too. Good morning, Meow Meow, Miss LaKendra, James, Miss Coffee. Good morning, y'all. I'm gonna take a sip of my medicine, take a sip of my coffee this morning, and I'm gonna take my medication. Y'all, I'm sorry, I'm half out of it this morning. I watched that Mendez show on Netflix from Monsters. You know, they have their first season is about Jeffrey Dahmer. Their second season is about the Mendez brothers, right? And I stayed up till late watching that. I was trying to catch up with all the things that was going on YouTube too. And I should have never tried to binge watch that one day. Take your morning medicine. Good morning, Dr. Lashana. You finally catching the morning show with Joe Coffee for the first time. Hey, it happens. You know what I mean? I want to thank all y'all for being here and doing all y'all do. You know, thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for being here when you could be anywhere else in the world right now. So I've been trying to keep my shares up, trying to share everybody. I'm also sharing out some of the smaller content creators in our sector who are trying to get to their 1K or doing their shows. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get they self on the board. Shout out to Queen Sanity. Shout out to Miss Hazel Diane. Shout out to Pretty Chocolate Girl. Pretty Chocolate Girl, I can't wait till we had that conversation. I hope I didn't miss that live yesterday. I was looking for it. Hey, Red Wings Hockey. Hey, Taylor Roberts. Pretty Chocolate Girl's been doing her thing over there. Her thing, Thizzle. I enjoyed talking with you. See, you're so positive. I love that stuff. I love new content creators because why can't we all be on this board together if we want to be, right? We ain't hurting nobody. It ain't hurting nothing. Hey, Bush baby, how you doing? It ain't hurting nobody to help somebody out. Thank you, Dr. Lashana, for my congratulations on my 1K. But I think I need to look over there. I'm fixing to go over here to YouTube and check. Miss Hazel Diane is trying to work for her 1K. And if anybody else is too, and you're a content creator, just put it in chat. And I'll try to make sure that, you know, even though I ain't no huge platform like that or nothing like that, I still want to give like was give to me. You know what I'm saying? I want to try to help those, you know, people out that when I was in the same position trying to get to that 1K, because I know how hard it is. It's not easy. The link that I just dropped is, yeah, thank you, Jay Dizzle. I got to my 1K. And you was there. You helped. Miss Hazel Diane, you know, Dirty Diane, everybody knows who she is. She's trying to get to her 1K, right? And so I thought I might help her out. She only needs, she's at 979. So she literally only needs like 21 subscribers to get to her 1K, you know? And so if I could find, if anybody else out here that needs it, just let me know. I'm going to try to promote you. Tracy also has her backup channel that she's trying. I got to make sure I type it in right because the front page is going to come up. She's trying to do her, you know, backup page right now and get it up and running. I'm going to see if I can find, because I know you know how you, when you subscribe and then you have like 50,000 different things you subscribe to. So I'm going to try to find hers right quick. Because she's trying to get her, you know, her backup channel up there. I've already shared it on my wall. But I'm going to try to share it again. I'll do that again today. I'll make sure I share you again, Miss Tracy, out on my wall. That way, you know, your backup channel can get good. And everything. So I thought today we're going to cover a little bit of the mess. Not too crazy. And then we're going to cover some true crime stuff. We talked about the Mendez case yesterday. I watched the docu-series that they did, Monsters, on Netflix yesterday. That's one of the things I was doing yesterday. I saw Lemon go live during the middle of the day. I was like, oh my God, y'all. I thought Lemon would be asleep right now because he had been live all night long. It's like he went and got breakfast, right? Got him something to eat and then came back live. I was like, goodness gracious. You know, one thing can't nobody say, that Lemon ain't got stamina, child, because I don't know if I could do that. I need my sleep. You know, but I'm also not as young as I used to be neither. I can't keep up with some of these youngins. These youngins be doing the thing, right? They be doing their thing thizzle. But what I was seeing yesterday, as soon as I woke up yesterday and I was out on these streets. Oh, I've already put her link in there, Miss Taylor Roberts. Her name is Hazel Diane, though. It's if you scroll up just a little, I just put her link in there. It's Hazel Diane. Yeah, she's amazing. She's been here for a long time herself, you know. She's trying to get to her 1K. And Miss Tracy, her backup page is not connected to her main. I was hoping that, you know, maybe she had shared her own backup on her main, but I don't think she has, which is smart, Miss Tracy. You know the game. But I was trying to find it easier, but also I'll have to do it later, Miss Tracy. I got it on my wall. It'd be easier for me to do that, right? To go to my wall and find it and reshare it again for you, because I know how it is. We all know the struggles is real. Okay. So I was on these streets early in the morning, right? The first thing I saw when I woke up, and I was a little upset with Lady Woo when she didn't come. I looked for her live and looked for her because I canceled plans to be there for Lady Woo's birthday party stream. Well, y'all, yesterday morning after I got off live, right? The first thing I saw was Lady Woo and her man had broke up, and that he had put hands on her, y'all. He put his paws on her. Okay, so Lady Woo was talking about how they was having, you know, intercourse, and they'd been having it way too much. And her stuff was starting to swell up because it was too much, you know. He wanted it all the time, and she was like, I need a break. My cootie cat need a break. You know what I'm saying? My cuckoo need a break. She's not used to all this. You know what I'm saying? She needs a little break. And he got upset and acted like he was leaving. And so she was like, why are you leaving? You know, then that started a verbal thing, right? And then she was trying to get her stuff. And because he had her stuff in his truck because, you know, they went to a hotel room. And so she was trying to get her stuff. He did not like punch her or do anything like that. He pushed her and, like forcibly held her. She had a scratch on her arm, a bruise on her arm. She said that she thought her shoulder was dislocated and all that other stuff. And then, after all that situation went down, Queen 88 went live, and she said that she thought it was all a play. She didn't think it was real. She said they'd be back together within a week. You know what I'm saying? She said she thought it was all a play. That's what Queen 88 said. And then I've heard that Woo, you know what I'm saying? Woo said it wasn't a play, that it was real, and that he was weird. Now, Mr. Kareem, we need you. What the hell now? What the hell? Y'all need to talk. We need to talk. You know what I'm saying? No, DJ L2, she did not. She's basically being nice right now because he still has her belongings. He's supposed to overnight it to her. She didn't understand why he couldn't just drop off her bag before he left at her front doorstep instead of just taking off like he did, right? And now he's trying to overnight her bag to her. Her bag has, she said, her social security card, her birth certificate. It has her, things in it and stuff like that. And she wants her stuff back. But no, she has not made any reports. So there, a lot of people are trying to say it's a play. I don't know. We shall see. Even if they did have an argument, there's still a possibility that they could get back together. There is still a possibility. It's always a possibility. You never rule anything out. It's a possibility that they may never like each other again. That's also a possibility. This may blow up to be more than what it is right now. That's also a possibility. You know what I'm saying? There's all different kind of possibilities. So, we talked about the Lady Woo situation. That was what was happening. Everybody was going live in the Mo3 sector talking about it because, it made content. I was up there for a little while. And now I got to say this to SD. I know some people don't like South Dallas. I know some people do. SD was giving some facts yesterday. On Lady Woo's channel. He was giving some facts. He was talking real to her. And, Miss Jackie got up there. If y'all don't know Big Super, she was giving some facts. Then Duke came up there and, a lot of people was up there and a lot of people was trying to give her words of encouragement. Some was telling her, we told you so, because people had warned, they said they had warned Woo about him, that he was weird, and all this other things. And some people were sitting there saying, I told you. You know what I'm saying? I told you so. But, I'm going to follow it so far. It's just gotten to the point where, it's words right now. It hasn't been taken offline or anything. Hey, King Kush. Hey, bruh. Tell sis I said hi. Okay. But yeah, it's words right now. So they haven't taken it offline. I don't know if Lady Woo's got her stuff back. Lady Woo, if you happen to jump up in the clouds or hit the, thing, you could let me know if you got your bag back. He was supposed to overnight it, so I want to know if it gets there. All right. And then we had good morning, VS. Good morning, T Royal Gaming. Then we had who was live was this for? Oh, yeah. I was watching Lemon's live and I was watching the chat, right? And, in the chat, they was eating up Ness. They was eating up Brooke. The chat was winning yesterday over there at Lemons. If y'all didn't see the chat replay, go watch the replay from Lemons midday live just for the chat. That chat was eating yesterday. That's like Miss Bizarro's chat. Sometimes that chat be eating. Woo! They be eating. But they was talking about how I didn't know this, well, they said that anybody that, said that Brooke didn't have a baby with about the baby gate, whatnot, that she would put the pedo word on them. She'd put the jacket on their back. I was like, ooh, no, no, no. And they said that Ness the same one passing along info. So she can't be hurting by nothing that Lemon did. And then some people are in support of Shakim, saying he is the victim in this situation. So, you know, the chats are, some are saying in support of Shakim, some are in support of Lemon, others are in support of Ness right now with this situation. So you got like, you know, you got like a difference of an opinion there between all people. Some people really stick behind what Lemon's doing and how he's doing his shows, and they like how it's controversial. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Sassy. Good morning, Miss Karen. They like the fact that he's, hey, hypnotic touch my jukebox. They like the way that he is pulling out his words. You know, like when we say VS is VS, and we need to find something for Lemon. Lemon is squeezing. Like we need to see, we need to find him his own little catchphrase, right? We got to find him one. You know, because that would just be funny. I'm sorry, but that would be funny. Lemon is squeezing. All right, and then Rodney did a live, and in his live, y'all know he was trying to give a message in his mind to Ness. Now, Rodney, can I give you a little advice since you want to give Ness some? Sometimes when you're trying to give advice, people don't want to hear it, and you're going to get drugged for it. Let me just say that. So you might come back and drag me for trying to give you this little bit of advice, right? Sometimes people don't want to hear it, and you got to be careful, because the same way that you're trying to be nice and do something in your mind, somebody else may take as you're doing something to drag them or use them for content, or you know, so such and such. So, you know, don't be saying, you know, I didn't mean to. Hey, Miss T Velocity, good morning. I'm just saying you might get drugged into it today. You know, if Ness gets upset enough and she sees what you did. Wait, Reed is back? Did she get a new channel? I ain't see that part. I was trying to jump around to 50 different things. Oh, Lemon is making his own lemonade. That's a good one, T-Royal Gaming. Oh, she did 2 videos? Shoot, I didn't even know. That's a good thing. Welcome back, Reed. Welcome back, y'all. It's good that you're back. Welcome back. But no, Rodney was giving his little, you know, advice and whatnot. And then on Lemon's Live, he also popped up on Lemon's and everything, and you know, so he was up on Lemons, and then Ken Nola jumped up there. Hey, brother Ken, if you're out in the clouds when the woo, and it said that they used to woo bang back in the day, but they cool now. I was like, I can imagine them two woo banging back in the day. Yes, that's true, Taylor Roberts. It's the tone and how you deliver the message too, because it's like, one person can sit there and say something, and when it comes from them, it sounds, you know, just nice and whatnot. And then someone else, it could sound shady. So it does depend on tone and delivery and how you say it. So sometimes that's, you know, the way the cookie crumble. And also Queen Tulsa, if you were in the clouds, why you, Rodney wants to know why you dragging him, because you know, y'all ain't never had no beef. So he wants to know that. Inquiring minds need to know. Queen Tulsa, if you're out in the atmosphere and you happen to catch this back, you know what I'm saying? Or you're in there, you could drop down and say, this is why. Or I can drop the link and you can tell me why. Because Rodney doesn't seem to know why Queen Tulsa is reading him for filth. That was what was said yesterday. And also, Lemon is still saying that, you know, with the Ness situation, he's a little hurt by that because he actually still likes her, and he ain't really, you know, he never accused her of blocking people in his chat till he said that was a lie. Lolo also said she doesn't hate Ness, but she's young and she's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So she can't, you know, dealing with the disrespect and stuff for some people is too much. They don't want to have to deal with that. Like, I'm going to say this. If I disrespect you in any way, please tell me. I like it. So that's why I love J Dunn. She'll tell you to your face if she thinks that you did something, and she's going to call you out right then and there. She ain't going to play with you. That's what I like about a lot of these headstrong people in this sector, is they going to tell you. And I'd rather you straight up tell me than talk crap behind my back. If you got a problem, say it. Let me know. That way, even if, let's say it's something petty and stupid, right? Then I could pop up on your panel. We can have a grown folk conversation, and I can apologize if I did something wrong. Or we can talk about it, and I can explain, that isn't where I was coming from. You might have saw it that way, but that's not the way I saw it. And we can either agree to disagree or be adults about the situation, or we can beef. It is what it is. I'm not trying to beef with anybody. That's not my goal. Right? I'm not trying to do all that. I don't want to do all that. I want to have fun. Come on with y'all. Give the unbiased as I can be. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be as unbiased as I can be and give y'all the information that I see. Now, am I going to miss some things? Possibly. Yes. Right? But that's why we have all these different channels doing the same thing. What I may think is some more salacious and needs to be known, somebody else might not think that. They might gloss over what I'm talking about and talk about something different, correct? Like the other day, we was talking about, Honest Row and Brian and all them. And we were talking about Shakim because they did that whole live and whatnot. A lot of people didn't even bring out the fact that Brian and, Row back talking, but I did, because in my opinion, that was something, because they had that whole blow up. I know all y'all remember it, a couple of months back, to where they were really close friends. And then Brian caught feelings. Roe and him got into it, and they stopped talking, right? They got mad at each other. They were dragging each other. Things were going down, right? They were beefing or whatnot. But now they back cool. And I'll say this, Roe, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to give you the game a little bit. Be careful. Be careful being on them phones. Make sure that whatever you say to a person, you can say it in public. Be careful letting your heart get too invested, because sometimes it'll get stomped on. And when somebody shows you who they are once, believe them. It don't mean that you can't make up. Don't mean that you can't be a nice person. Because, Ro, what I see out of you is you are a very nice person, and sometimes too nice. Not yet. Well, VS, she wasn't traveling with him. He came to her. He was in her area for her birthday. He took time off to be with Woo for her birthday week. So he had been there for about a week. Now they did do stuff in the truck. You get what I'm saying? They had a little whoopie whoop in the truck, right? But they also had a hotel room. Now they did tell other people that they was doing the whoopity woo in the truck. You know what I mean? They was getting it in the truck, but they did have a hotel room also. He did not stay at her house. As y'all still know, Woo has another place, but she lives with Larry, right? She lives with Larry, even though her and Larry are separated and have been for a minute now. She said she don't have a refrigerator in her house, and she ain't staying there because she liked to eat. And so her and Larry got it set up to where, like, she has her part of the fridge, he has his part of the fridge. You know, he has his side of the house, she has her side of the house. So they went and did their thing somewhere else. And then obviously, another reason why Woo hasn't just taken off, Larry really loves her child. Like, he's been around her kid for many, many years now. You know how that goes. Trying to separate that is very hard. Will her and Larry get back together? Only time will tell. We don't know that one yet. But Woo said she was serious about being on. I gave Woo the advice, in my humble opinion. I gave her the advice that she needs to date herself for a while. Stop worrying about these men. Start worrying about yourself. Because I don't think Woo has taken time to take care of herself. Y'all, a lot of y'all don't know, but Woo's been through a lot in her lifetime. She actually has a really great heart. She gets on here and she woo bangs and she does all that. But I've had great conversations with her over there on her channel. And, you know, she is such an amazing human being and been through so much. Like, there was one night we didn't know the live ended. And so we were on what they call a private stream. I didn't even know it. So I was still talking like we were on live. You know me. I didn't realize that you could look. This is the first time I figured this out, that you could look in the top corner and see that the live is off. I didn't know that. So I thought we were still on live this whole time. I was wondering why the chat wasn't moving. Yeah. And so we had a great conversation. She's such an amazing human being. She has a big heart, y'all. A lot of y'all don't know. She's been through a lot of stuff. And if she told y'all her story, and I'm not going to tell you because I'm going to let her do it. That's her story to tell, not mine. You know, I ain't outing people out in these streets. I ain't doing it. Lemon, I'm just joking. Don't hit me. I ain't pushing nobody to do nothing. But she has such a powerful story. That, you know, she's misunderstood a lot. She likes to scratch, she likes to, and she does salacious stuff, but that's Lady Woo. Like, she's gonna tell you how she feels and whether she likes you and she doesn't like you. She is straight up to your face about everything, right? And you know, so I want her to go to, you know, take time for herself and heal from some of these situations. Because I don't think, Lady Woo, if you can hear me, baby, I don't think you've healed. And I'm going to say this, coming from a relationship to relationship to relationship, from the time you was real young and never taking a moment for yourself, that's not a good thing. You can ask anybody who's been single for a long time, right? That once they hit that cusp of being single for about 5-6 years, they learned more about themselves in those 5 years than they ever did in a relationship. Because in relationships, we can lose ourselves. We can lose who we are. You know, we forget that, oh, at one time, y'all, I used to like doing, I'm going to use something as an example. I used to like doing art, but, you know, I got so busy in this relationship and with kids, I lost myself. It was all about the kids. It was all about the man. I lost what I am and who I am. And that happens for a lot of us women because we get so wrapped up in the other person. We get so wrapped up in our children that we forget to take care of ourselves. We forget to take care of ourselves because we're such a giving, you know, our mother instinct, even with men, we try to do that, right? And we forget about us sometimes, our own mental health. That's why so many women struggle with that, right? So many women, when they get out of a 10-year, 15-year relationship, God forbid, I hope that happens to nobody, but when that happens, right, we end up being so lost because we've lost ourselves within that relationship. And yes, Taylor Roberts, her story is very, very deep. And if I done told her she needs to write a book, you know what I'm saying? I mean, her story would make, like, the worst movie you can think of. Woo has been through worse. Let me just say it that way. Tears would just roll down your eyes if you heard half of her story. Like, that girl had me crying, but I, you know, was trying to also tell her, you know, regardless of all you've been through, you still here. You're still fighting. That's the same thing with anybody in this chat who's been through some things, right? Y'all may not talk about it all the time because this is the beef sector, right? But you got to remember that no matter what, keep being yourself and don't be afraid to sometimes speak out on certain things, but protect yourself, right? And when bad things happen like that, it leaves a scar on you for the rest of your life. Like, you can heal that scar, but it's still going to be there. So sometimes, occasionally, you're going to hurt. Sometimes you're going to think, why me? You know, there's going to be a lot that you carry over into the future from those scars. But you can always do something. When I went to therapy, my therapist told me, she said, child, you are too smart and know all of the coping mechanisms. Why don't you go to school to be a therapist, or at the very least, a life coach, right? A life coach. And I was like, well, maybe I might do that. I don't know. I just want to help people. That's my heart. And yeah, Sassy, I couldn't believe what I was hearing yesterday either. You was all up in the chat when I was up in there. I thought Kareem was an amazing guy. I have had conversations with Kareem, not behind the scenes. It was that same, StreamYard or up on Woo's platform. But I've had many, and different platforms, I've had many conversations. He seems so respectful. He always calls me Miss Charlie, right? And we have good, decent conversations. So, Kareem, if you in the clouds and you want to drop down and say something, you can. You do. When I told you the other day, there's some things that you can ignore and some things you can't. Well, you might want to, clear your name on some things. And if you do, you can. And if Woo's here, she can. I have an equal opportunity platform, and we gonna respect each other. So it would be one at a time, or my beef sector Mike will talk over everybody, and I can go into my settings and blast you out if you don't want to listen to me. So I would do it one at a time. If y'all need couples counseling on Charlie's Coffee Conversations, let me know, homie. Hey, Sweet T713. But he got mad at her because she didn't want to keep, banging. Like, why? Like, that's the way Woo felt about it. I want to know from Kareem, what made you want to get up and leave? Like, because he kept telling her to stop running from the D, right? And I'm like, hey, Deputy Director Voodoo, did you change your name, Voodoo? See that now? There's two Voodoos, y'all. If y'all ain't know, there's Voodoo and Voodoo Badu. So we got two different Voodoos in the sector, y'all. Don't get them mixed up. I know the difference. So that's the you know what I'm saying. We got Voodoo and Voodoo Badu. So there's two different ones. I just have to let them know, Voodoo. There's two of y'all. It's different. Don't get them mixed up. And you did change your name because it was just Voodoo, and it had I know you had some I think it was some emojis behind it or something. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, when did you become the deputy director over there? Congratulations on your promotion to deputy director. VS, she said her cootie cat was swelling because, like, he must got some good because, they did it so much, her cootie cat needed a break. And she was like, no, it hurts. Get off. And he was like, no, girl, don't be running. You know how guys think that we just joking when we say that sometimes. And they're like, no, girl, don't run from the D. Don't run from the D. And pulling it back, right? And she was like, no, I'm serious. And she said her cootie cat was swelling. Like, they did it so much that, she was closing up. But she needed a break. Her cootie cat needed a break, y'all. It needed a time to, rest for a minute. It was getting too much. It wasn't used to all that, So I mean, in Sam's, and then Woo was saying that he threw her against the wall, and that's where she thinks that she dislocated her shoulder. And people was telling Woo to go to the doctor. So Woo, I hope you did go to the doctor. Make sure, because I don't want to see that. No, I'm gonna say this. When we speak about DV, right, it can come in many different forms. It can come in many different forms. It can be verbal, it can be mental, it can be physical, right? And some people think at first that they're not even going through it until after they broke up. They don't realize that verbal and mental, and there's also financial, don't forget that one, and of course, SA happens in DV situations, but a lot of people don't even realize that with verbal, they don't even realize it's happening to them until after the fact. And they're, oh my God, they're looking at things, right? But yeah, oh yeah, T-Roll Gaming, there was too much plowing in the garden. Miss Catherine, yes, some people were saying that she should have called the cops, that this was not, an okay situation. I don't think that Woo would ever call the cops unless it was really like it had to be something really terrible, I believe, for her to do that. Hey, Vibrant Lil, because she, if y'all know Woo may be small, but she is dynamite in small packages. She will go up on anybody's head. She don't care. Hey, Z Sarah, real talk. How you doing, beautiful? She'll go up on anybody's head. She don't care. She does not care. She may be little and petite, but she's dynamite in a small package, right? And so, in my opinion, Woo, if you listening, baby, I don't think you and Kareem need to get back together, even if y'all become friends again or y'all talk, whatever. I think you need to take time for yourself. Don't jump in no new relationships. You hear me? Or even old ones. Listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Take time to date yourself. A lot of people don't know this. Before I met the man that I'm with now, the love of my life, I was single. See, just Krista, baby, you think you got 8 years? Child, I was doing it for over 10 years. Nobody. I was with nobody but me, myself, and I. I learned myself. Hey, Choreo, beautiful. I learned how to date myself. I was my own best friend. And everything, y'all. Like, I'm gonna do nothing but for Woo wish you well. Take care of yourself. And make sure you put some ice on that cootie cat. Let your cootie cat go down in the swelling, child. Let your cootie cat go down. Now, I thought when she first come up, when she said that, I was like, what? He put his hands on you? I would never suspect that of him. And I didn't know what way he put his hands on. Now, ST was saying, Woo, did you slap him upside the head first? Because y'all know, we were talking about the cootie cat choreo. Hey, Jill's comfort zone. Well, I don't know if you follow the Mo 3 sector choreo, because I know how you don't like traveling. You don't like traveling, If you got to take a bus to get there, you're like, nah, I ain't doing it. That's an analogy joke. Hey, I am fiance. I do. I would like, in my opinion, I would like Kareem to come out and tell his side, because I would love to be able to get Woo and Kareem, and they know that I'm an impartial person. I'm sending this out in the atmosphere now on a platform together, and keep it respectful and have them talk about this situation. Each give their side so that, and I know Woo, she's going to get mad, and I'd have to make her calm down and put her in the back, or let him come up first and then let Woo, because if I let them on the same time, Woo going to get mad. I know her. She knows I know her. She knows I know how she roll. She going to get upset, and when she gets upset, she's going to go off. I know her. I don't want that to happen. I want him to be able to tell his side, her be able to tell her side, and then y'all can make the decision on who you think is right. You can take the story of A and the story of B, put it together, and find out what C is, right? I would love to be able to do that, because, we don't know what his side is yet. And you're right, I am fiance. Now it sounds like graping in a way, but Woo never said those words. I will say that Woo never said those words. Hey, Sheila E. Woo never stated that it was graping. She said that it was just she couldn't take the D no more, and she needed a little break, and then he got upset about it. You know what I'm saying? She, because she said, nah, I can't do no more, and my cootie cat swelling, and he got upset about it, which, and then he went to leave. He went to go grab his stuff and leave. Now, why he was leaving, I'm not sure. And then I guess they had exchange of words, verbal or whatnot. And then she went up to him and tried to grab him. And that's when he pushed her. And she got a bruise on her arm. And he pushed her so hard that, they were also drinking. So they ain't no telling what had happened. And Vibrant said that she had a broken collarbone. That's all she needs to hear. I'm going to say this. Mr. Cream, you know that you're not supposed to do those things. But at the same time, without Mr. Cream's side, do we know what's going on? We just hear one side. Now, I love my Woo, and she knows that. But I don't know. I wasn't in that room. They were the only two in the room. So they're the only two that really know what happened that night. You know, and when liquor is involved, you got to be, she said dislocated, I believe. Vibrant, she said that her shoulder was dislocated, that she knew what it felt like. She ain't been to no doctor, though, and I told her she needed to go. Everybody was saying it. Hey, Row 3, there's Duke. He was up in there. Hey, Rose B coming at you. Yeah, and that's why I am fiance said, and I hope that's why this isn't a play, because somebody could end up somewhere they don't belong. People can get hurt over this situation. I want them to talk, in my opinion. I would, and even, you know, it could be SD's platform, it could be another Mo3 person, it could be Duke's platform, anybody, right? It could be anybody that is impartial to both parties, right? And try to get, you know, both of their sides so that people can maybe calm them down, let them talk. Even if they don't get back together, you know, see where Woo's mindset is at. She said her mindset was really messed up yesterday, y'all, because she didn't. Okay, Duke said he don't want no more drama. Leave him out of it. It ain't for him. He don't want no drama. No drama. Okay, so I got it out for you. Yes, actually, something to say. Kareem was Miss O's ex-mod. He was over there. He started out in the beef sector. His name was Kareem Trucker or something like that. He was over there with with Miss Olivia. He was her mod. He was over there. So that is where you know him from. Some things to say. He was here in the beef sector. Well, Miss O, you know, she's not beef sector. She'll tell you she's not beef sector. Miss Olivia will tell you that. She just what do you call that? She's a visitor. She's a visitor, you know. But yes, he was. He does have an ex-wife. They just broke up about, you know, I think it was maybe a year ago, if that. They separated. So him and his wife separated. He does have children with his ex. He has, now the one thing I got to tell y'all, I don't know if y'all heard this at Lady Woo. And Kareem, you can tell me if I'm wrong. I heard Woo Woo say that he had a white baby mama, and the white baby mama looked like Mama June, and she had double chins, and she looked like a nomad. When she said that, I almost fell out my seat crying and laughing. I was like, not the Mama June child. Not, ooh. Yeah, she said he had a ugly, and she looked like she was trailer trash, white baby mama. Now, I don't know. I ain't seen no picture of her. But that's what was told to me. And he got like different baby mamas and stuff. So I don't know how many of those he fully got. Woo knows. But it was just the part where she said the white baby mama looked like a nomad. I don't know why that part got me. Yeah. It don't. They walk around just falling on the eggplant. When she said that, that was so funny. She looked like a nomad. I was like, oh, I can't take that one. She looked like Mama June. I'm sorry, Kareem. I don't know who your white baby mama is, but if she looked like a nomad and Mama June and 1,000-pound sisters Tammy Slayton, we're gonna need to question you on that one. Cause yeah. Oh yeah, they did say that she used to call herself a nomad. That's what Mrs. Olivia used to call herself, and she called her people. They were the nomads. They were wanderers. You know, that's where that's basically what that means. Is they wander. Yeah, but there's a lot of people falling on D's around. You know, we had that STD gate a while back. That's calmed down and everything. Mm-hmm. Well, see, a lot of people, Miss Catherine, are telling her to do that. But at the same time, I will say this, we don't really all know what happened in that room that night, and alcohol was involved. I'm not giving an excuse to him nor her. You know, without video proof, we really don't know. We only have heard her side so far, and I trust Woo, but at the same time, I like to hear all sides because I'm the type of person, I'm fair. I don't want to just hear one side. But Woo knows that she can tell a story like nobody's business. She had me cutting up about things that I ain't supposed to laugh about. I swear. But I do believe that if if he don't give her back her stuff, I think that's why she's trying to play nice right now. Is because he's got her bag. And SD did make a point. He made a point. He said, why did you bring a bag over that? Why didn't you leave your social security card and your birth certificate at home? Why would you have that? And she's, with Woo, that's just, she keeps it on her all the time. In my opinion, I would not. Now I keep my social security card on me, but trust and believe that bag is coming with me. Right? I ain't just leaving that stuff around for anybody to have. Hey, Queen Diva, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I ain't leaving it. Woo woo. Woo woo. Don't bring your social security birth certificate everywhere with you. What if somebody wants to steal that bag? Do you know how expensive it is to get another birth certificate? I'm just saying. Now, social security card, all you gotta do is fill out some information, but you gotta have 2 proofs of ID. And if they steal all your stuff, how you supposed to get one on back, right? You have to go through hoops. Like, let's say they steal your social security card, your ID, your birth certificate. Okay, how do you get an ID? You have to have your social security card and birth certificate, right? How do you get your social security card? You gotta have 2 proofs of identification. One of them being either your birth certificate or your ID. Right? Same thing with the birth certificate. So if they steal all 4 of those things, you fixing to have pure rawsome heck trying to get them all back. Please do not keep them in the same wallet and carry them with you just in case. I'm just saying, you're going to jump through hoops to do that. Hey, Vivi. Good morning. Hey, Nessa A. How do y'all, you know what? I was going to cover some, I got it. I did watch the Monsters and the Loud thing. I'm going to give y'all a little time if anybody want to watch it. I am going to go over it with everybody one day, probably tomorrow or Friday. On Netflix, they got a show called Monsters. Now, the first season's about Jeffrey Dahmer. The second season is about the Lyle and Eric Mendez story, right? If y'all want to watch that, we can come back and we can talk about it. But I thought that I might drop this link today. And I did have a little mo saved up, but I can say that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I will say VS was BSing yesterday, y'all. If y'all didn't watch her live, she was BSing. You know, when she does them dang when she makes up like the voices and stuff, child, that kills me. I'll be laughing I'll be in the corner laughing. VS did say that no one is checking for Sir King. They're checking for Lemon, and she thinks it's a play, and that they didn't fall out, and that this is just another thing like Las Vegas itself was a play. Lolo's monetized now. Congratulations. Rose monetized now. Congratulations. That come from me. And Beasley, since you here, VS said you took the words right out of her mouth yesterday. She said everything you were saying, she was thinking. She was going to say the same thing. She did. Everybody loves Vibrant. Don't be lying, Beasley. No. Why you always lying? You know, that song specifically for Shakim. He doing better on the lies, but when he was saying he was going to be the next Beyonce or the next, he was going to be the next something else, that he was going on all these tours, but he wasn't going on all them tours, child. We knew it. We wasn't stupid. I know, Beasley, you was joking. I know. I know how when you be sarcastic. Anyway, so if anybody wants to jump up and talk about anything that had going on with how y'all feel about the Woo and Kareem situation, right? Your new nickname gonna be Defendant. Some things to say. I'm gonna tell you this. Mine would be too. Try to go get some in my name and see if I ain't the first one. Well, you ain't gonna get nothing because I'm gonna snitch on myself. I ain't got good credit and I ain't got bad credit. I've always bought everything I've ever got with cash. So if you don't go around getting credit cards, you ain't gonna get no good, but you ain't gonna get no bad neither. I've always paid off everything I bought, and they told me that paying bills takes a long time to build up your month credit, bruh. And I ain't know that you gotta have credit cards and you gotta go buy things. I always pay cash, baby. You know what I'm saying? I save up my money and pay it off right then. Cause my mama and daddy told me if you ain't got the green to not do it, right? That's what they told me. So I ain't know all that stuff. So you ain't getting nothing in my name. They're gonna tell you that I have a slim file, like I have a little bit of good credit, but it's not good enough. They told me my ex, who was a habitual criminal, who wrote bad checks on himself, who had bad credit, was better off than I was. And I was like, the you mean, bruh? Anyway, so I'm gonna drop this. Anybody got something to say about anything that been going on that they done seen? You can pop on up here and we can talk about it. But yeah, we had a lot of people going live yesterday, child. It was a lot, but that Lady Woo did set the streets on fire yesterday with I had to put that on there. I don't know why I did it. But anyway, I had to put that up there. I don't know why. What was I saying? Child, I don't know. My ADHD done messed up. I'm sorry, y'all. But yeah, we had a lot of people going live. Most of it's still about the lemon and the Ness. Now, VS is talking about the morning shows. Miss Ronnie IQ, Miss Olivia stopped doing the morning thing. YTC still doing her thing. You know what I'm saying? I will say that I saw that a lot of people was live this morning. I was like, ooh, oh, Brianna got back from her trip, y'all. I'm glad you had safe travels, Brianna. Glad you came back. I'm glad you had fun on your birthday trip. Dr. Soapy's birthday just passed. Happy birthday, Dr. Soapy. I keep saying it, but all we got yes. Let me go ahead and do my little banner, even though I'm pretty sure this is who it is. You know, I still got to be careful.
I'll comment on what you brought up. You know, no man should put his hands on a woman except for Woo.
I do like her.
If there's any exception for a man to put a woman's shoulder out of her socket, or to give her flips, or to drop kick her, or to break her arm, is Woo. She talks too much shit. That's all she does is talk shit. She comes on here every day, and all she wants to do is argue. That's what she does. Can you imagine that poor man having to deal with her? And she's talking a mile a minute. Yeah, that should. And he probably ought to just say, "Just be quiet, shut up." He ain't got to tell me to shut up. I ain't gonna shut up. I ain't gonna shut up for nothing. Yeah. So I didn't pay no attention to that. That shit's just not that interesting. But I do have something else that I
What else is it?
It's my lemon it's my lemon impersonation. I don't know. YouTube is too much for me. Life is too much for me. Uh, 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 uh. Is it okay for a grown man to cry? Of course it's okay. Should a grown man be coming on YouTube and bawling for hours in consecutive days? If that's okay by beef sector standards, it's certainly okay to make commentary on it and laugh at it. Why is everybody so damn soft? Why does the beef sector coddle men and don't want them to be men, and are content with men either being gay or very effeminate or non-assertive and non-aggressive? It's a man's natural nature to be assertive and aggressive. Why is that so frowned upon? The beef sector is running in direct competition or directly against nature. Men are men, women are women. If people are gay, that's one thing. But there's a lot of confused folks out there. There's a lot of confused folks out there.
Every time they were talking about, Shaquille coming out of the closet, the thing that always came to my mind, and I don't know why, the R. Kelly song, I'm coming out the closet.
I spoke on that too. I have an opinion on that as well.
Don't take that one.
They're rewarding him and championing him like he did something spectacular,
Over his head.
I guess. But what about his character?
That no, that like that.
Do we reward and champion people for being liars, deceivers, living in a delusional world where they actually think they're making records uh, with these
Is that better?
musicians, with these artists that he doesn't know, where he puts his face on the playbill as he's going to be performing with them and lies about it? Where does the character come into play? How can you award? How can you?
Good morning, my love.
Good morning, my Lolo child. I was talking muted.
I had to come support my boo. Hey, Barry Boo. Hey, everybody. Good morning, boo. How are you doing? Hey, Beasley.
We were talking about Mr. Beasley was just finishing up his thought process. So, and then we talking about
He has no character. No character. His parents failed him.
No.
Obviously,
Huh?
you don't raise your children to be pathological liars, deceivers. Sexuality is sexuality. He wasn't fooling anybody there. But I don't think he should be congratulated when he hasn't worked on his character flaws. This is not a special person. This is a person. This is a person that expects everyone else to pay for his lifestyle. Anything he does, he expects someone else to pay for. This is not a man. This isn't someone that takes responsibility for anything. When he asked that man Honest Row for some of his drink, I'm like, buy your own drink or don't drink. Who does that?
I
That's
agree with you on that, Beasley. I
who does
absolutely
that?
agree with you
Who
on
does that?
that.
I would never do nothing like that.
That was pretty. That was just. I mean, if he don't like him the way he say he doesn't like Ro, why would you ask him for anything? Honestly, and it doesn't matter if you're gay or you're not gay. You don't get a congratulations for it. You just go on about your business.
I mean, live your life, whatever. That's not that big of a deal.
Hey, Nessa
But
Boo.
but to get congratulated and you still have these huge character flaws, running around scamming this whole sector, scamming everybody that he can.
That
Send me
is
money for this. Send me money for that. Send me this shit is tired.
I
morning, Bird
Here,
agree.
Bird.
here.
Bird,
He's an
bird.
aggressive. He's an aggressive cyber panhandler.
Yeah, I agree.
I ain't never
Yeah.
lied about me singing my covers and said I'm going on tour with Leanne Rhymes or going on tour with Beyonce. I ain't going on tour with Whitney. I ain't doing all that. Rest in peace,
Okay.
Whitney. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going on tour with none of them. It's covers. I admit that they're covers. And
Right.
but did you see what had happened over there, Lolo, in the Mo 3 sector at all?
No, what happened over there?
Okay, so we were talking about DV this morning because Woo Woo came live and said her and Kareem broke up because
Oh
he put his
yeah.
hands on her. He pushed her against the wall. Now, I don't know. I wasn't in that room. That's why I would love for him to actually come out and tell his side. Nobody was in that room but them two, right?
Right.
So I would love to hear both of their sides to be able to get you get conversation A, you get conversation B, and then you find out what C is.
Exactly. It's always three sides to every story. His side, her side, and somewhere in the middle, the truth, the actual truth. But one thing I am gonna say: when you say no, when you say stop, I had enough. Let's stop. You gotta be. It should be respected. Respect the fact that I said no more today. It ain't going away. Let me handle that because we as women, we definitely have to, take care of our sexual organs. I mean, I'm sure men, and Beasley, you could probably tell us, men get sore and chapped and things like that. And, I'm sure they don't want to have to do it if they don't feel like it.
I get emotional sometimes too, and I just cry.
I hate
I,
you, baby. I can't stand you.
I, I, and yeah, I'm in my feelings all the time.
I can't stand Beasley. He made me so
I'm in my
sick.
feelings. I'm in my feelings, and I
Beasley,
hate.
I'm
No,
going
I
to
hate you.
I'm
I
going to
hate you,
Cancun with
Lolo.
Tracy Beasley. Am I gonna get my keep my kidneys, or I gotta be prepared?
Man, I swear she's a kidney thief. She's up to something sly. She hasn't said that she is it, and she's friends with him.
Who, Tracy? Friends with Shakim?
No,
No.
no, sassy and sassy and crybaby,
Oh, leave my lemon alone. Everybody should be able to cry, and that's normal.
and
Everybody
everybody
hurt.
and everybody should be able to crack jokes.
Now, I did quote you correctly, Lolo, yesterday that you said that you don't hate Ness, but she's just young and disrespectful. I
Yeah,
did. Okay, I was making sure I didn't misquote you while you here to your
yeah.
face.
She's young and disrespectful, and maybe I don't know how. As many people in this world who have back issues and different issues, you can't have empathy. And I ain't asking for sympathy, but empathy for somebody else in their situation. I've been living with that with this for over 20 years. I didn't see the need for me to send a video of me walking or whatever to say this is what you're going to see. For what? Are you coming to see? We're going to see each other. Everybody
You
has
know,
flaws. Go ahead, look, Paris.
no. That made a point crystallize in my mind. I'm glad I can speak here, and no one's, and I can get my thought out, and people are actually thinking about what I'm saying. So this is the woman that told you, and she ain't that young. She's 30 something years old,
True,
grown woman. It's not like she's early 20s,
true.
but this is the woman that told you she ain't gonna have no time to be pushing you all around and you slowing her up when they moving around Las Vegas. So she ain't gonna push you nowhere or do nothing. But this is the same woman that wanted you to protect her from getting dragged. Are you fucking serious? Someone
Yeah,
needs to slap the shit. Someone needs to slap the shit out of her, wake her up to reality. So you're expected. She's mad at you. She had no real reason to be mad at you. So she
no,
thinks
because
that
I
she
didn't
can.
ask anybody to do anything for me at
Right.
all.
Well, she came out before the trip and said, "I'm not pushing her around nowhere. I'm not. She's not going to slow us up. You know,
Exactly.
right? So she's not going to do anything for you. So she has expectations of you to stop her from getting dragged. Shit.
Exactly. I can't stop nobody from getting dragged. I'm not joining in nobody's beef. Um, listen, the thing is, I went for my relaxation and to do something that I've never done before, and I'm refused to be put in a victim role because I'm nobody's victim. But at the same time, I wasn't around them. I wasn't trying to slow them up. I did not go down, Fremont Street or to the dispensary or anything with them. I was cool in my room. I was fine doing my own thing. I had was supposed to go to the spa, but you had to do the thing, the register 24 hours in advance. So I didn't do the spa, but that's all right. But see, I didn't ask her to do anything. There
You
was
know
no
where I spent.
expectation.
You know where I spent the majority of my time
What?
in my room.
Right?
In my room, smoking my vape, drinking champagne, and looking out at the view, and
Yeah.
watching my bets. Then I go
Hmm.
downstairs and do my bets. And then when I saw my cousin, I went for a ride with them and hung out with them. Went to Lake Mead and they water
Oh,
skied, and I rode on the jet ski. We had a ball.
that's cool. Now, see, that's cool. I would have loved that. Absolutely, I would have loved that. That is cool. And the thing about being disrespectful is I can see somebody who may have any type of condition. I'm not going to comment on it. I'm not going to sit there and try to, make them feel alienated because of whatever may be different about them. That's what makes us all,
How
you
were they
know,
raised, man? My aunt Yvonne, my mother's oldest sister, was in a wheelchair ever since I could remember. So that's nothing foreign. We helped her, pushed her, helped her in and out of bed, got things for her, did bedpans, did whatever. So someone with a disability, that's that's nothing that's nothing to be made up. That's somebody that you help. That's how I was
Exactly.
trained.
That's how I was
But
raised too.
yeah, that's somebody that help that needs help. So you help them.
Good
And
morning,
that's
Miss Pam.
Hey, Pam. That's exactly why I'm going to be, I do everything I can for my mom because that's the way my grandmother was. And
We're raised from a different era. These
yeah,
kids ain't no good. These are
exactly.
these are spoiled crack grandbabies.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah, well, yeah, you got a
They're
point there.
spoiled crack grandbabies. You know, these are
I
crack
agree.
grandbabies. They
I'm
got
just not.
they have no sense of they're missing sense of their gender. You know, they're ultra confused, and it's confusion because they'll go back and forth. You can't tell me Ness ain't confused when she breaks up with this heat. She says, "I don't want to be a lesbian no more. I want some D. I want some D."
That was interesting.
and,
That
and
was interesting.
and she had her eyes and expectations on Tangerine until when she saw Tangerine, saw that he was a whole fruit cake. You know, she's like, "Oh my god!" And I saw him walking behind Shakim, and he definitely was holding his wrist in a way intentionally.
Now,
And
see, holding your wrist in any kind of way is that's not a conclusion of
it sure looks,
engagement.
it sure looks well.
I met him and he is very heterosexual. Okay. I met him in person. He is very heterosexual. He is he's very like a big teddy bear. He's like he wants to make sure you're okay. And Barry baby, I appreciate you. I understand that too. I feel like that too. That Ness saw me kind of like an auntie, but so when she said that I was love bombing her, it's no different than I see a cute little IG post is talking about, "Hey, bestie, you okay?" and sending it to somebody, and it's just something that will make maybe brighten their day. That was the most extent of it, other than a comment here or there. Look, don't let nothing get you down. It's okay. Just trying to help keep things going the way that they should have. So when she seemed so disappointed in seeing me, I was like, damn, what did I do? Did I do something to you? So that's exactly why I bowed out, kind of, and just went on and did my own thing because I don't want to slow anybody down. I know they're younger than me, and even though she's 36 or whatever the age is, I mean, she's still old enough, young enough to be my child. I have a 38-year-old son, so she's young enough to be my child. But my children were raised to be conscientious. You know, exactly,
I,
Zara. Being normal friends is like bombarding her with love. It's not if you're not used to it, then yeah.
no, she wants people to bow to her. She says that she's some type of regal royalty, and it's really just not the case. At least not in my eyes. You know, I see that pretty big somebody in the chat says that, uh, paraphrasing, that Ness really likes Lolo. Les don't give a shit about anybody
But
but
herself,
herself.
yeah.
She don't like she don't she, everybody's a piece or a pawn for her to get to where she's going, and she doesn't even. You know, if these people want loyalty from her or want some respect from her, you got to realize this is a woman that abandoned her own son. That speaks volumes to a person's character. If you don't care about your own child enough where you want them with you all the time to protect them and love on them and just enjoy the experience of them growing up.
Yeah, but she has some things going on too, Beasley, and I think it's very responsible to entrust your child to a family member who can do what you can't do for them. I mean, I was 15 when I had my son, and they don't come with no playbooks. Now, thank God I didn't
Right.
fall into anything, any type of um, really bad stuff. But if I had, I would have done the same thing.
Well,
to a family member.
now Ness is stable enough to take trips. She can't take her son. She has
Well,
no interest
perhaps.
in taking her son. She has
Well,
no interest in taking her son.
I
And
wouldn't
and you know
uproot him.
what? And you're doing yourself a disservice speaking up for her in
No, I'm
any way,
not.
shape, or form. The way she treats, I think
No.
so.
Well,
I
no,
think so.
because yes, she was wrong.
All of them disrespected you as
Absolutely.
a person who's elder.
That's
All of them
true, but that
disrespected you.
doesn't mean that I have to show disrespect. I mean, it's the truth is the truth. If I was a mom, if I at 15, if I was not, if if I didn't feel like I could be a good mother, and I had a sibling that would be able to do what I couldn't do, then I would want the best for my child, and I would give him to my sibling. Now, I would not uproot him at this point. He's older now, and he has his own life. He's used to being where he is. For her to uproot him would be disastrous for her and for him. Because I mean, she hasn't had any more children, so obviously she is not meant to be, anybody else's mother. She maybe doesn't want to do it anymore. And now that I just think it would uproot him, and it would just turn his whole world upside down. But not doing a disservice. She still disrespected me. She still hates me for whatever reason. But I
She
gotta
said her
say the
main
truth.
reason for the
No.
main problem that she had with you is that you allowed her to get dragged. She's in the dragging game. She
True.
so she so when you're in the dragging game, and I'm in the dragging game, I love dragging these bitches. I
Yes,
really
you do.
do. I love it. I love it. I love ripping them to shreds with words, and I expect it in return.
Right.
How do I? How could I expect to drag people and not get dragged back? That's just
Exactly.
yeah. I expect it. I enjoy it. I love whatever.
Also, to state that I'm gonna say this. Ness is a grown woman and can speak for herself. Lolo is not. Lolo, you're not supposed to be the person that drags people back for her. She can do it
Right.
herself. Y'all can be friends. It's like if I'm in a chat, or I'm somewhere and they're dragging Lolo, I know that Lolo can come back on her own. She's a grown woman. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying? It's for any of my friends. Like, we may not drag the same people. Like, I might get dragged and VS ain't gonna say nothing, right? Because that's not her. It's my job to say something and step up, right? Because we're grown
Right.
people. We're not gonna take on each other's beefs like that. That's just not. We're mature enough to know, we may not like something, but that's not for our thing to be over here dragging other people for each other. Like, we grown-ups, we can talk and speak for ourselves. So no, I don't think that was okay. She got mad at that for other people doing it, because in the very beginning, Lolo, you were being super respectful. Even when
Yeah.
you back, you didn't say nothing. And I expected you to, child. I was over there in your bush. I was like, oh, she gonna say something?
No, but I was trying
You
to help her
didn't.
keep everything together because it was a lot on her. Doing that, because it just became more than her and Lemon and then me. It became like this group going and that group going and this person going and everybody's going. And then it became so much more. And I think it stressed her out a lot. And I could see that in her, which is why I would send her messages. It's okay. You're all right. It's going to be all right. Don't worry about it. Don't do this. We're going to be okay. Let's just go have fun. And let's just, and if she considers that love bombing, then I love bomb my friends because I care about them. And
Hey,
I cared
Diva.
about her. And I still care about her. I'm just
She
not going
was
to
worried
subscribe.
about someone. She was worried about someone harming her. That's why she had the fake security detail.
Well, it
She was
wasn't
worried about
fake.
someone.
I did see the receipt. It wasn't fake. It
They
wasn't
weren't
fake.
there. They weren't
No,
there.
I don't know what happened with that, but I do know it was that fact. It was a fact that we did have security, and it was almost $7,000 for the security. It was a fact on that.
That didn't show up.
Well, no, I don't know about what they showed up or didn't show up, or if she
Oh
forgot
come
to
on,
read it
come
or
on, come
what.
on!
Well, I
You're
know
a
they
good
weren't there. I told you about it.
you're a very good politician. But the
I,
fact was that there was yeah, you're a very good politician. But
I
I'm a man
believe
of a
them.
certain age. You can't fool me with that stuff. There was
Well,
no security.
no,
There
there
was
was
no
no security.
security. Right. There
Hey,
was no
Miss
security.
Hebrew. Yeah, it was no
Well,
security. And I even joked if there was
period.
security, they was damn good because I didn't ever see them.
Yeah, they
So
were hiding behind the.
They're like the Secret Service. They were hiding out.
exactly, they was better than the Secret Service because you see the Secret Service, but
They were
they was
like
better than
ninjas.
that.
They was
Ninjas.
hiding
We had
behind the
Shinobi.
poles. They
You
were
got
hiding behind the poles and in the
Right.
sky. They had the
Shinobi
little
squad.
swords.
That's why it cost so much. They were Shinobi. They came
She
from
was
their
telling
own
me,
village.
she was saying that to deter any person that would want to put hands on her. She was talking about lemon protector. Hold on a second. Oh no. I'm sorry, I gotta cry.
Oh, you so silly.
I gotta cry.
I cannot.
Tell me it's okay, Lolo. It's all right. Tell me
Okay,
it's gonna
it's
be okay.
okay, Beasley. Beasley, it's
Come
okay,
on.
baby. It's
Don't cry no
okay.
more, Beasley.
It's okay.
Pass
We
some
are.
cigarette.
Let me
Pass
hug
some
her.
cigarette.
You want me to transport again across state lines?
Yeah, I
Visit,
don't care.
do that.
Yeah. Keystrom if you have to. I need some cigarettes. I gotta
Oh,
smoke.
okay, Beasley, I got you, Beasley. I got you. You know I'm the hookup. I'm the plug. Rob, we
What
had
bought
to steal
the
Team Six. That we ain't know they was there. We ain't know they was doing their job. They was worth it because did nothing happen.
you bought them boys cigarettes for them to disrespect you. Boy, I wish I could have slapped the shit out of them. To disrespect someone that's giving you something.
Well,
What are they
well, we
who
come from the
raised
era where when you go meet somebody, you bring gifts. And I knew Lemon was always talking about, oh, I gotta go smoke. I said, you know what? They cheaper here. I can bring him some cigarettes. I went through TSA and found out how many you could bring. I said, I'm gonna bring you some cigarettes. Because if you're gonna bring me some, the candles and stuff like that are nice, but give me something I can use. Give me something that I can
Child, I
actually
know I'll
use.
bring you
you
something.
should have
The
well
cigarettes down here in Mississippi way cheaper than they are up there in Virginia.
Right?
I'd bring you some, child. Because I'm gonna tell you something. Don't buy no pack over there in New York. It's
Oh,
$15 a pack. Don't
for
do it.
$13.
I
You
can
can't
get
Mhm.
hold on.
tax for that here.
Hold on. In California, Newports are $20 a pack.
Oh my
You
God,
Jesus.
can't,
and they have menthol, right?
no, because you can't. They're aftermarket. I mean, not their aftermarket. They're black market. Yeah, you
Oh,
legally can't get them from the store anymore.
Hey, swirl girl. Good morning,
Jesus.
Star.
So
Well,
I need to buy me
I
5
know
cartons from
Darn.
each thing and then drive over to California and make a little bag.
the next time, and you definitely breaking the law. You definitely get alcohol, tobacco, and firearms on your ass.
Oh, right, exactly. Jay Dunn, the security, there was a receipt for the security. Security had been paid for. I still have it in my DMs and the security receipt. So there was supposed to be security. I don't know what happened, who was supposed to meet who. I have
They
no
decided not
idea.
to show it. They said
But
they had to go guard the. They had to go guard the president. They had to go guard Trump.
oh Jesus, God, God help us, right? Because you know what? When somebody took a shot at them, I'm like, really? It took y'all that long? I mean, honestly, I thought somebody would have took them out way back, but it is what it is.
It ain't over. It ain't over.
It
I
ain't
think I
over.
thought I'm not a fan of his, but I hate that would have been a gruesome scene. Can you imagine how many times the news would have played it over and over again?
Oh
They were
my God.
of him getting his noodles spread out like that.
It
Well,
would
I
have
know the
made him
next
a martyr. So he did
time.
good.
Oh, wouldn't that be something to him, a martyr?
Oh my God, Barry, you are right. That Lemon trying to put me into that sex scandal was crazy. I was like, what? What? I asked y'all to come back. I wanted to go to bed. I hadn't been up. Are you crazy? That's the last thing. The lady did.
You,
The sponsor got her refund, I believe.
how
Um,
many boxes of cigarettes did you bring him?
I bought him 6.
4.
You can bring 10, so I
Oh
had
my God!
42, and I
Six
bought him
times
6.
you bought him 120 cigarettes. You damn near put him in the grave.
I wasn't trying to kill him. I just gave him what he wanted. Oh, that
Six
sounds even
packs.
worse.
Well, when I
Well,
meet you,
wait,
I'm gonna come
pick
meet up. When
one.
I come meet up, I'm gonna bring 6 boxes of Kleenex.
You silly. $6.
I'm not silly. You know, he got. Someone said, I
I
like the
get
B
that.
sector. The B sector is so soft and they're so soft and feminine. They go, I like a roast. I like a roast. But all you got to do is say you're going to do something. You don't even have to do it. And they go, that's horrible. That's disgusting. Oh my God. Oh
Why
my
would you do
God.
that? Oh my
Why would
God.
you do that, right? Oh my God. I didn't do
Why?
nothing to him. I said some stuff to him in the backstage, and I would laugh. Yesterday, I wasn't planning on getting up on this panel so he can kick me off and scream and holler at me. So I could just type some things in the backstage. She said, "Get back
Yeah.
up here.
But
Get
you
back
did
up
a
here."
lot. Now you really hurt him. Now I'm telling you, you really
Good,
hurt.
good, good,
No, that
good, good.
good, Beasley.
Damn good.
Because you don't want
Hold on.
somebody to say that to you.
What has he done to me? What has he done to me? Where are you guys at? What world are you living in? He
I,
screamed and hollered at me. He's chased me down on panels. So he's
oh,
gonna ruin me on YouTube. Said
oh,
he's gonna dog me out. Said I had 6 toes. So I was in bed with some boy that he was gonna ruin me. He talks
I'm
real
six
tough to be a
toes.
bit. He talks real tough to be soft like that.
oh! I didn't know
And
all that.
he said all that happened.
Have a
I'm,
good
I'm
Okay.
not
day,
just
Diva.
Bye,
I'm not
Diva, my love.
I'm sorry. I'm not just picking on him.
Leave my boo alone. He's a sweetheart. He was trying to you know how you gotta kind of got your arms out like you're trying to gonna make sure you're gonna catch somebody if they fall. I'm like, I'm fine. I've been walking like I'm good. Back up. And I have bought Ness a purse. I bought him the cigarettes. I won't bring a Shakim nothing. So I just
Shakim makes $70 an hour. You didn't need to bring him nothing, remember?
yeah, I forgot. Yeah, makes $70 an hour, and now all of a sudden he's bisexual because people saw stuff in his computer. Here's the thing: if I have a laptop and I have explicit things that I wouldn't want somebody to see, I would not just give it to somebody open. I would close it or cut it off and go do my thing, and then come back and cut it on.
Laptops cost 250, 350. You get you a
Right.
decent laptop. I got a damn good laptop for 350 from Dell just about a year ago. You could have a laptop for business and a laptop for your shenanigans.
True.
You could have more than one. I wouldn't want to travel with a shenanigan laptop.
That's true.
He
That
said
is
it was a MacBook, so I'm gonna say this: I would not be out on the
Excuse me.
strip with a MacBook and somebody
okay.
snatch my computer and take off running with it, child. I am
But
not
he
gonna be
won't
walking
be able
around
to catch
and
him.
get robbed. I'm
He
not
won't
doing
be able to catch him with them flip flops on.
You giving him an idea. He's like, damn, I should have thought of that. I should have let them steal my MacBook, and I could have begged for one. I could have begged
Oh,
for one.
that would have been that would have been and the real
Oh, I
purpose
know.
for the beef sector, pretty baby, is let's see, the real purpose is basically arguments, I guess. I mean, because people will that we just you get into it, somebody has a problem with what you said or what you did, and the real
It's the
purpose
place.
is to
It's
get
a
back.
place where gay people can bash each other and talk shit, but
It,
not
that
have their sexuality brought up. Their
it,
sexuality isn't a drag.
okay, it is
And
not that. Don't listen to it, please.
the beef sector started, Quay. Let me tell you why it started. Okay, long time ago, we had T.S. Madison and Kaya, and they had a thing called the Queen's Supreme Court. Well, they had their own little show, and then they got to fighting, and so people broke off into their own little groups, and they was fighting each other, right? And so they started calling it, they were beefing with each other. Okay, from there, that's where the beef sector came from. So basically, the beef sector, some of us do different content than beef, but basically the beef sector is what it says. It is
Yeah,
quite self-explanatory. It's people beefing, it's people dragging each other. It's, sometimes people are friendly, some people not. We got people who are kind, we got people who are mean.
true.
And that's just is what it is.
Think about it like this. Think about it like religion. You know how is everything probably, well, I think, if I'm correct, started with Christianity and then, or Catholicism, and then it broke off into Pentecostalism, into Jehovah Witness, it broke off into Baptist, it broke off into, I mean, and everybody still believes in a God. And it's literally the same God, but some people, one splits them up into three beings and one doesn't, or it's like think of it like that. Or I like to think of the B sector as a neighborhood. You got some
We a
good parts in
big
the neighborhood.
dysfunctional, we a big dysfunctional family, child. And
Exactly. You
one
can't.
minute
one
Me and
family.
Lolo could be fighting. We could be woo banging in chat. The next minute we cool, we back cool. You know, and unless somebody goes too far and it's always up and
Yeah,
stuck, that's the way the beef sector is. That's why I tell a lot of subbies, sometimes your best bet is to stay out of it
yeah.
because you gonna get caught up.
And that's exactly why I'm not be taking on nobody's beefs because I don't want to be. I don't. Just because you don't like them does not mean I don't have to like them.
Yeah, and if you took on that beef, right? Let's say you took on a beef for somebody else. Wouldn't that then also consider that people would think the person you were taking on the beef for was weak and they couldn't beef for themselves?
Well, I did that. I did that with Phi Babe. You know, I really liked Phi
You learned
Babe.
your lesson,
I
didn't you?
learned my lesson the hard way. And then next thing you know, I was this, that, and the other. And, you know, and of course, my crybaby ass, it hurt my feelings because I'm like, damn, lady, I don't even know you. I've been supporting you. And, you know, I ain't been sending you bags and stuff because I ain't got it like that. But I was supporting here and there. And it just was not good. So I was like, nah.
And
This,
then let's say you got into the beef, right? And then those two people made up, then who's the bad guy? You are. And
you
you was
are.
just trying to take up for somebody. And sometimes you can't do that. I'm not
Yeah.
saying don't have your faves in these sectors because everybody's got their faves. Everybody's got people they don't like. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Do what
Right.
you
Hey,
got to
Kat.
do. But just
Oh,
know
that's
you might
right.
get caught up.
That's right. That's what I thought. See where Catholics got in Catholicism, they believe in saints as well, and Catholicism is considered Christianity, which other sects are called Protestants because of their beliefs, and Pentecostal and
You got
what
Pentecostal, Church of Christ, Church of uh
Seventh Day
God,
Adventist.
Methodist,
Yeah.
Lutheran. You got, hold on, let me go. Baptist, Southern
Uh,
Baptist, because trust me, there's a difference between
it
the two.
is. It is.
You know what I'm saying? Like we could keep naming. There's a lot of, the Pentecostal, like you said. See, when I went to church
Mhm.
when I was younger, I was a little bit of everything. The only thing I had never been to was a Catholic mass until I got my fiance, who happens to grow up in New York. So a lot of New Yorkers are
Are Catholic.
Catholics, and
Hmm.
so that's my first time. Like down here, down south, we got one Catholic church and every other kind of Protestant church. Up there, they got every kind of Catholic church and one or
And
two
Protestant churches.
Protestant church. So,
See?
it's the diverseness of it all.
Right, exactly. Now, what was funny to, well, not funny, but interesting to me is that I've never met any. Well, I didn't even know that black people really could be Catholic. I never thought that that could be a thing. So when I went to one of my best friends and went to church with them, and it was this big, beautiful Catholic church, and I'm in there, and I'm sitting around like I'm on a roller coaster, eyes big, looking. Look at all the candles. Oh my God! Look at the people. Look at the choir. Look at this. Look at and it's so weird. But and they have been Catholic forever, so I think I want to take up some of everything. I want to be Catholic, Christian. I want to be Pentecostal, Baptist, Southern Baptist. I want to be a Buddhist. I want to be a Taoist. I want to be everything. I'm
It's
trying to
also
cover
good to
everything.
learn. It's also good to learn other things because if you stay stuck in your own box and you never try to learn anything else, then you're gonna be one of like that's where hate comes from in some
It
ways, or
does.
because they don't take the time to learn somebody else's culture or somebody else's religion.
Right.
Um, like me, myself, and I don't tell everybody, oh, I'm Christian, and go around judging folk because that's
Right.
not my right. In the Bible it says, judge ye and ye not be judged. Ye without sin
Right.
cast the first stone. And I ain't gonna be that person. So whether you spiritualist, Christian, Buddhist, no, if whatever, I'm gonna respect your religion just like I respect your what you want to be, what you want to be called. That's just me, because where I'm coming from,
Absolutely.
respect is everything. And Mr. Rob, Kali Linux. Ooh, child. One of my friends taught himself how to use Kali Linux. And I'm gonna tell you, if you don't know, Miss Lolo, Kali
No.
Linux is something that the white hats and the black hat hackers use sometimes to be
Oh,
finding stuff. That's a program that you can find just about anything on the world with it, and it's
it
very well
sounds familiar.
protected.
Yeah, it sounds familiar. My dad was a senior accountant And he had when he passed, and I don't know what was on his stuff, Rob, but he had 4 laptops and 4 desktops. Okay, and I know my dad was in New York, and my dad used to do um accounting for maybe some of the people of the mobster variety at times. So he had a lot of computers, he was always there because that's why I wanted to become a computer scientist at one time. But he left me with all the passwords, but I couldn't get to the computers. There is money in the Cayman Islands that I can't get to because of this. Over 20 years. Can you imagine how much interest has accrued over 20 years? He's been gone since 99.
That's a lot, Miss Lilla. And
Oh,
yeah, the non-denominational, I was a part of that because I've been a part of a lot of the denominations, and I'm gonna say this from Protestant churches. Some of the rules and regulations I can't get with, so I like being non-denominational, and I do love a good old Southern Baptist during the revival season.
yeah.
That is the funnest time you ever gonna have in your life in a church
Yep.
is to go to a Southern Baptist church during revival season. And Miss Quay Quay, Kali Linux is not the dark web, but if you're gonna play around with the dark web or anything you shouldn't, you might want to have Kali Linux. Let me say it that way.
Woo. Well, listen, I love you. I gotta go get mom up and get her going, get her little beauty makeovers for this doctor's appointment. And I just wanted to come kick it with you for a little while because you know I adore you. You too, Barry. All y'all. I adore y'all so much. And since I'm awake in the morning, who would ever thought? Okay.
All right, and you go give Mama Lolo a hug from us
I
and say,
will.
make
And
sure you're doing good.
look, I told her, I said, Mama, I got some cash apps last night. I said, they bought you your dinner last night. She said, tell them I said, thank you. So my mama says, thank you to all y'all who pour into us to pour into all. And don't forget that Christmas time, if you become a member, you got members set up on your thing, or you still need hours
I
or
still need a few more hours. It ain't caught up yet. You know how that goes.
oh yeah, true. So y'all, I love you too, Barry Boo. Y'all, I want y'all to please take a second device, put a playlist together, and so we can just get Charlie her hours, so we can get her monetized. Girl, I'm making a little bit of money. I'm gonna get a check next month. Okay,
Get your first when you get your first check. We gotta have like a first check party on your
okay.
platform.
Oh, my son wants I set up a live for October 12th. My middle baby, the one who is gay, he said to me last night while I was on Lemons, he was like, Mom, when you gonna have a live with me? I was like, what? You wanna come up there with me? He said, yeah. So we doing a kick it live on the 12th at 8:30. Y'all come meet my baby. I love this boy. I love all of them, but you know, some of them you kind of like a little bit better than others. But you know, as an adult, I really we vibe very well, and so y'all come over, have a ball, and let's get Charlie to her hours and get her monetized. Because I saw what I was making, I was like, wait a minute, for real? So if I'm just making this, now I see why Ness and all them is losing it behind numbers. I can see why. I
I'm telling you.
definitely, Catherine, thank you. Maybe if we can get that money, child. Let me tell you something. If it's 20 years of interest, I will. No, I'm not going to quit working, but I will definitely be going on every cruise, everybody going on every vacation. I'm coming down there to see Charlie. I'm going everywhere. Y'all going to be like, is the hoe working or not? Is she working or not? Do she got a job or not? No, because we done found a way to get the daddy money. Okay, they're sitting there and his name way back there in 99. So if Diddy can catch it from 99, I'm gonna try to catch some of that money from 99. I don't even know what families he was working for, but I do know that he was, yeah, my daddy was very, very intelligent. He was like talent. That's what draws me to talent. He reminds me of talent. If somebody would come up to him, I remember I was working at the hair cuttery, and a young girl came in there talking about, "Oh, can y'all donate to the church, to my church, and this that, and the other." My daddy zeroed in and said, "Excuse me, where's this church? What's the name of it? Who is the pastor?" And what is your relationship? I mean, he was like on it. I was like, oh, I think that is exactly what draws me to talent, because he reminds me of my dad. He's on it. He's like, what's going on? So yes, y'all come kick it. Get Charlie to her hours. I'm gonna leave my phone on her playlist, and she gonna get her hours before she know it. Okay, we're gonna all work together for this. I want you to get paid too, girl. Let's go out. All
Let's
right.
get some money, money,
Let's get some
money.
money. Hey, I can kick it down there, Missy. Let's go see what Missy all about down there. Okay.
In the
All right.
MISSISSIPPI.
Uh, uh, yes. So y'all do that for Charlie. Charlie is one of the best folks I have met up here. All of y'all are so cool. I just enjoy YouTube so much more now than I did when I first started. I enjoy meeting people of the same kind of mind frame. And I thank y'all so very much for being there for Charlie in the show. Episode 9. You go, girl. You better
Girl,
work.
thank you, Miss Quay Quay. Girl, I had to get that. I had to pay for that stream yard because I was running out of hours. Did you run into that problem too? Like I
Yeah.
didn't pay for it at first, then it tells you all of a sudden you're running out of hours to do.
But you know what you can do if you threaten to quit? Because I pay $10 a month for my StreamYard. If you threaten to quit and you say, and they ask you why, and you say it's too expensive, oh, they'll lower the price just to keep you. And if you say
Ooh.
keep playing hard to get, and you say no, that's still too much, I literally pay $10 a month to StreamYard. And
Child, I'm paying 40 something dollars.
that's what I'm saying. You tell them no, it's too high. I can't do it. And I know I read on, and yes, I do read Lipstick Alley. There's a lot of different streaming platforms that are for free as well. And I know that you are good with all your technical stuff. So if you read Lipstick Alley today, on the last page, it's got a lot of streaming services that you can use that don't charge or charge less. But if you tell them
Ooh.
StreamYard, no, y'all too expensive, I can't hang with y'all, they will definitely, the only thing they want to do is advertise on your channel. So what they'll do is they put a link in there for you to put in your little description box, and you get $25 every time somebody sign up.
Ooh, child. See, thank you for that information. I'm
Okay,
over here paying full price, and I'm over here.
exactly. Threaten them, threaten them. You threaten
You
them.
know that remind me what my mama used to do when she used to go to them yard sales.
Exactly,
They'd be like, I want
exactly.
$1 for it. Can I get it for 10 cents? All right.
Okay.
Can I get it for 25 cents?
Shoot, I remember, but see, it doesn't have to be $45, Catherine, because you can literally tell them you leaving, and they have the power to lower it to something that you can afford. Now they say they take away a couple of features. I ain't missing nothing that I can tell, so I can still have 10 people up there. I can still do damn near everything. Keep my, and when it comes to downloading your hours, or the hours that you run out of hours, delete some of that stuff because it's saved on YouTube anyway. You don't really need it on StreamYard unless you plan on taking it and repurposing it.
That's true too. I over
Mhm.
here paid for it, man. I didn't even know all. I didn't even think about all that. I thought that it wouldn't matter if you deleted it or not. Because if that's the case, shoot, I would have been kept deleting that stuff and kept my free
Yeah,
stream, y'all.
absolutely. I mean, it's still there. It's on YouTube, so it's on YouTube pretty much forever unless you delete it. It is on YouTube. So
Look
you
at
do
my
your
little fire we got over here
It's
going.
so cute. It's so cute. I love cartoon backgrounds. I love animation like that. I'm an anime freak. I literally am all up in my anime. I am caught up to date. I have watched every anime that has come out except them stupid magical girls. I can't stand them. They get on my nerves. All them magical girls get on my nerves. I don't watch them. But I am an anime buff. And I always thought I was exclusive because I was an older black woman watching anime. But you'd be surprised. There's so many people watching anime. It's just amazing. But to me, it's actually relaxing, and you can get into a storyline without it being too much. You know what I mean? It could
Yeah.
be good as you want it, but it's 20 what is it? 21 minutes of action and it's every week. And if you start anime now and you start going through the list, when I first started, I went from A to Z and watched everything. And I like the ones that have the Japanese wording and just the subtitles for it, because that Japanese, it literally relaxes me. I don't know if it's the cadence in it, but I love Japan and I want to go over there. But you gotta literally,
I
it's
want that
fifty thousand
jiggly cake they
dollars.
be showing. You ever seen that jiggly cake they be showing? That stuff looks so good.
Yes,
I'm all
yes,
about the food, child. I'm all about the food.
okay.
So
I wanted it now. Me and a friend of mine, before he got sick and we could no longer get it on like that, we were planning on literally moving to Japan and opening a soul food restaurant in Japan.
y'all would have made so much money.
That
I'm
was
just
the idea.
saying.
That was the whole idea. But then he got sick. But that's why I like my men a little bit younger. I need them, a little bit younger. Let's do
Miss
something.
Lulu, Miss Lolo said, "I'm a cougar." Rawr.
Okay. I even had the plans drawn up. My daddy taught me how to do business planning and things like that. I wanted to do a plus size strip club. That I had
Ooh.
all, yes, I had all the whole business plan out. I was gonna go to the bank and plan out, tell them what I wanted to do, a plus size strip club, because there are some men who enjoy plus size women being confident within themselves. And I was like, yeah, I want to do that. But you get sidetracked with kids and your
Speaking
dreams.
of which, child, I got offered to be that. So somebody else had that idea down here in the SIP. And,
Really?
and I was like, I don't know if I can do all that.
Girl, girl, we could do, child, we could definitely do that. Okay, I mean that. Listen, there are so many. Okay, America is made up of people who get to eat a lot. You get to eat a
Mhm.
lot, and that's the one thing that America has, a lot of eating. Now, people in Japan, people in a lot of other countries are thinner. If you notice, because
Mhm.
they eat a lot better, a lot healthier than we do. So when you go over there, right, the cupcake shop, that's what I'm talking about, Barry baby. So if you offer them something that they haven't seen, instead of the regular, you got the strip club that smell like Badissi, and where the women have bullet wounds, bullet holes and stab wounds
Missing a
on them.
whole leg.
Okay, and then you got the
Got an eye
platinum kind of
patch.
girl. Yeah, okay, is that got an eye patch on, wig sloppy, looking like Queen Tulsa, and you got those. But if you can get a something different, and there are so many sexy thick women that I think it would be a hit. I really think it would be a hit down there in Miss, and even up here in Virginia. Girl, we get child, don't play. We
We're gonna
would.
become the madams of it.
Okay, we'll be the madams. Okay, we will. Don't play with us. We have all watched Peace. What is it? P Valley. We have all watched P Valley. Me and Charlie will host the P Valley.
I'll tell you, I'll be up there teaching them a choreo and everything. Now,
Okay.
I'll be, Mr. Rob, though, I was going to tell you, I would like to have a conversation with you one day if you don't mind hitting the string. Not today, because, whatnot, but someday about internet safety, because a lot of folks don't know about this stuff and how easy it
Exactly.
really is to get people's IP addresses and from there get other things. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying?
Absolutely, that's good. Well, I'm gonna leave you, baby, because if I don't get this woman up, she will lay there, and so I will
Right.
see you later. Yeah, she's spoiled as hell. She's so spoiled, but I love her. She's spoiled. I gotta break the news to my cousin, but I ain't gonna break up until after the holidays about the vacation in March. I'm gonna wait till then to break the news to
Yeah,
her.
don't do it right now. You just got off Vegas. Don't do it right now.
Yeah, she probably be like, "Eh, what? You want what? In 5 days? What?" You try to wait a minute, you try to leave your mama with me, it might be. Ooh, lollipop ladies would be such a great name. Ooh, I like that.
The
Barry, you better
lollipop
get in
ladies
this.
at the cupcake shop.
Girl, you better get in this business plan with us. Okay. You
Quay
better.
Quay be over there, be the managers.
Oh,
She be getting all the ladies in line.
oh my God. Can we take this statewide? Y'all better stop playing with us. We can do all things through Jesus Christ that strengthens us. And though I don't know if Jesus wants to be affiliated with the lollipop ladies, but
He don't
you
want to be in
know,
the mess child. He said,
yeah,
not
he
today, Quay.
said
He's shaking his head up there at us right now.
he always shaking his head at me like, I wish she would just shut up. Just shut up, Lori. Just go away. Go do what you got to do. That's the only reason he keep me around. He keep fools and he keep some children. I've been a fool for many years, so he has kept me here. And he's like, look, I'm gonna keep you around, but do what you got to do. And so I'm gonna leave you and go do what I got to do. I love you, Charlie.
Love you,
Love all
boo.
y'all. I'll see you later, babes. Bye,
See you later.
guys.
Bye. But no, yeah, Mr. Rob, what I was saying is like one day I would like to do that because I've noticed that on these streets, a lot of people don't know. Like I have a friend who played around with Cali Links and he taught me some things. I was using an email address that I didn't realize at the time led right back to where I lived and everything else. It told a little too much if that gets sense. So he told me not to never use that again. And guess what? I don't use that never again. Now, never, ever, ever. So I would like to, one day do a thing. We can get together. You can request my IG. It's _Charlie_87. You know what I'm saying? And maybe plan out a show to where we teach a little something, teach some people how to do internet safety, because a lot of people don't realize. Now, people saying that in these chat rooms they can get IPs. Yes, they can, but they have to isolate said person's IP address, right? But now, if you're in a private conversation with someone, they can, populate your IP because all they got to do is take out theirs and take out the one that's not theirs is yours, right? So, I would like to do that because that could help somebody and teach something to the peoples. You know what I mean? I had a friend who saved me from some stuff like that I was doing some stupid stuff back in the day. And he was like, and I might end up sharing him on my wall one day. His name's Acid. He's a really cool dude. He's a gamer. But he was like, don't do that no more. He actually taught himself how to use Kali Linux. He read the book and taught himself, which I think is really cool. And a lot of people don't, pretty quiet. Quite, they don't be knowing. They don't be knowing they post too much public information. And people can find anything, but it's like, they went Rodney, I'm not calling you out for this, but Rodney at one time had his full name, and that's how they found him. They doxed. You know what I'm saying? So if you got your real name on here and you got anything to hide or anything to lose, be careful. If you ain't got nothing and you ain't afraid, do what you gonna do. But just be careful. And we're gonna start a strip joint, y'all, and we're gonna call it the Cupcake Shop, and it's gonna have the lollipop ladies. You know what I'm saying? And Miss Quay gonna be a part of Miss Lolo and everything. But yeah, with all the situations going on today, and the last couple of days, we just got to keep seeing how these stories progress, how everything goes. If you are a content creator and you want to, advertise anything, yeah, that's what I was saying, through direct messaging, Mr. Rob. That's about the only way, because let me tell y'all what happened. There was this dude I know who was messing with young girls. And what they did was they got him in a Facebook Messenger app, right? And they did it from there. So, yeah, these public spaces, they can semi-look, but it's not as easy as a private. So, but things happening. Oh, Sweetness of the South. That's a great name for the Southern ones, Miss Catherine. Yes. Ooh. That could be that. See, up north, that could be the lollipop ladies, right? And in the South, that can be the sweet Southern belles or something like that. Oh, that'd be so cute. But let me go over here and see who's live right now, so we'll know where to go. I'm gonna make sure I look. I gotta refresh, because sometimes people go off live when you think they be on. I see right now we have ODS. Miss Brianna Simone is live. Shakim is live. Endolab Live is live. The Truth Enterprise. We have Danny Robertson from the T sector. We have Double Tap TV, Mr. himself from the Mo 3 sector, Auntie Fee about the facts from the T sector. And then Law and Crime is also open. Now, I was going to handle some true crime today, but we got into other topics, and it was amazing. I'm going to go ahead and grab ODS's link right quick, and we're going to pop over there, and we're going to go, oh, they doxed Queen Tulsa, Catherine. Ooh, child. You know, I heard about Queen Tulsa. Queen Tulsa was over there dragging Rodney and whatnot. And then I heard about Queen Tulsa. They showed them shoes and them toes. Were saying, now, Queen Tulsa, you knew, you smarter than that. You knew that they was going to show your toes. Hey, Trucking with Empress P. Hey, Beauty. You knew they was going to show them. You knew what you was doing. See, I think Queen Tulsa knows what she's doing. She's keeping her name hot in these streets, right? She's keeping her name hot. And I think that's what she's doing. I think she's doing these salacious things sometimes because she knows an algorithm. She knows how to pop herself up. Because me and Queen Tulsa did have an amazing conversation over there on Jay Dunn's a while back and whatnot and everything. And, you know, she's been through some things. She's been through things. But I think that she knows the, you know, like how to keep yourself salacious. And I think that's what Shakim does too. He's keeping himself salacious, trying to keep his name in the news, right? Because if you're forgotten, you're not talked about, right? And so I think a lot of people do that. They keep their, hey, Muffy Beauty. A lot of people keep their name in the streets by doing these salacious things, right? Because like when people make fun of me and they put me in stuff, they don't realize if they don't like me, don't talk about me, right? But if you talk about me, you're going to give me people who hate watch me, people who like me for me, and blah, blah, blah. So you're doing the same thing. So, you know, that's one thing I'm going to say is that being salacious sometimes does get you people talking about you. People talking about you will have people hate watching you. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually all, what do they say? It's all promotion is good promotion, whether it be good, bad, or indifferent. Yeah. So I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? It will. It'll cause people to visit your channel, then see you for themselves, and they may actually like what they see. So they might share, subscribe, like all those good things. You know, so you never know. I'm gonna put I forgot to put y'all. I made a whole banner and everything, and I never use that thing. I don't know why I'm always forgetting to put it up. But you know, if anybody's got any news stories, you can hit me on the community wall. If y'all want to hear any specific cases from anything true crime related, I will be talking about soon the documentary. If you ain't watched it and you got Netflix, you can go watch. It's from the Monster series. The one with the boys, the brothers, the Menendez brothers. And then I did watch the first season of that too. So, you know, we can look at that. We can look at different cases. Oh, Miss Catherine, I'm actually posting Mr. ODS's yeah, them they be getting, but I'm gonna pop out Mr. ODS's link, and all of us is gonna pop over there because you know I love ODS. He's hilarious. And I want to thank ODS for all the constructive criticisms that he's given me to try to help me be a better content creator. And he shared me. I want to thank VS, Mr. ZX, Big Man TV, Lolo, Lemon, anybody. And if I've missed your name and I'm not calling you per se, it's not because I don't love you like I love Miss Coffee, my Shar, my The Hood Table. There's so many that I would have to create. You know what? I'm just going to say thank you, Beef Sector, Black Sector, Mo 3 Sector, all of you, everybody who's done it, because I don't want nobody to feel left out and like I forgot to thank them. I don't want them to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? And I respect everybody. Miss Trucking with Empress P. The other day I talked about that, and I'm gonna say that I said rest in peace to Miss Marcel Williams, because in my opinion on that situation, it's so sad when things come out and a person is basically found innocent, and now there's no way for his life to be saved. He's already gone. He's not with us no more. But you know, at least one thing with some of this stuff coming out, maybe with his name being cleared, he can rest at peace. But it's so sad that a man lost his life and he's not with us no more. You know what I'm saying? And the family, even the family come out and said, hey, you know, even if he did do something, life, give him life. And see, if they'd have gave him life and stopped it, if something did come out that he didn't do nothing, right, then he would have had a chance to go back to trial. But they didn't stop it. They didn't do nothing. The family was begging. And here's the thing. If the family of the person, like, let's say you murdered my brother, right? And I'm the one asking for them not to do that to you, I think my wishes should come before the courts, because it was my family member that I lost. I'm the one that can never get my family member back, right? So if I'm asking you not to do something, I believe that the family should be able to have that choice in some instances. You know what I'm saying? Of whether they ask for what punishment, if that makes sense, for the crime. Because the family of the lost person is the one that has to deal with that for the rest of their life. You know what I'm saying? It's the family who are trying to get closure. You know, I'm not saying that people don't deserve whatever, you know, consequences may come their way, but the family, you know what I mean? And the family still don't get closure, like you said, Shar. The deceased family still don't have closure. Like, you know, so, but that's just what I'm saying, is that I believe the family of the lost person should be able to say, hey, I don't want them to get the penalty, right? I want them to get life. Because some people think that life in prison is worse than you just getting taken out, because you have to suffer more. You get what I'm saying? You have to suffer more. You're stuck behind them four walls every day. You're having to deal with all that drama and bad stuff that happens in prison, you know. So I believe the family should have a say in that. That's just my opinion. But we're going to go over here to Mr. ODS today and see what he talking about. And yes, Mr. Rob, I do want to have that conversation. I would love to pick your brain about it. You're very knowledgeable. I can already tell by what you're typing in chat. Because he said D.O.S stands for dental of service. But I think I would love to have that conversation with you about, you know, teaching these people on the streets some things. And I'm gonna go ahead and pop down Mr. ODS's live link. And if y'all want to pop over there, we're gonna go over there and we're gonna see what's going on today. And woo, we're gonna see what's gonna happen today, because you know how it goes on the streets. 1 minute it be dry, the next minute it be popping off. You don't never know in this sector who gonna start beefing with who. 1 minute two people best friends, the next minute they hate each other. Then 3 weeks later they make up and it gets salacious. So if y'all could pop over to there, Mr. ODS, and tell him Charlie sends her love, that would make me very happy, because then he'll know that Charlie love him. You know what I'm saying? Thank y'all all for coming out. If you replay gang, cloud watchers, everybody who's busy, whatnot, y'all have a great day. Thank you for being here, because you could have been anywhere else. And if you're catching the replay, make sure you tell me if you think I could do anything different, or if you got a topic that you would like to see on the show. Thank you so very much. We're gonna play that outro about my TUPELO, and we're gonna have fun. And Miss Lolo, you have a good day with your mama. And thank you, Mr. Beasley, for coming up and popping that link and giving your opinion on situations. And I love everybody. Please don't hate me and holla. Well, you know, you can hate me, but at least watch me. No, I'm just kidding. You know, I got to make jokes because that's my goofy self. Love you, VS Icon. You know, always and forever. Always and forever. That's what you are. Okay, you know I'm a jukebox like my other. Y'all have a peaceful day. Let's get it.
I'm from the TUPELO. E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-P. E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the T-U-P. E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-P. E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go.
I'm from the west side, we don't need no introduction, this was the best ride. We all big boy rolling and holding, come take a test drive. Hilldale, Evergreen, Glenkirk, Outer Street.
I'm from the T-U-P, E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from the T-U-P, E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood to the day that I go from the T-U-P, E-L-O, I'm reppin' my hood, so love I'm gon' show from